Do you know what it means to take one step further and realize that one step has the potential to change the entire course of our lives? What if I told you that the biggest robber of our dreams is us? We fool ourselves with that soothing phrase, I'll get it next week, and I'll get it tomorrow. Behind that phrase lies one comfort that keeps us safe and gives us that feeling that time is endless. But it seems that nowadays there are more and more things competing for our time. Social media, notifications, entertainment. So that weeks come to an end without us even realizing it. But time is more involved. It is something that gets entwined in the destiny that we ourselves weave. Each day that gets wasted puts us one step backward in our achievement. To be on the top among successful people means that people who understand and manage time are the ones who reach the summit levels in what they are aiming to get. People who get caught up with time are left stranded in the ocean made up of what if. Let me tell you the story of a young woman named Mia. She had the desire to be a famous artist. However, her days ended up disappearing in the abyss of procrastination. Instead of taking her paintbrush in hand, Mia ended up stuck to her TV remote control, spending hours upon endless hours glued to the television set. At first, she thought there was no problem with this since she would do her art project the next day. Soon enough, days turned to weeks and weeks to months. Meanwhile, her dreams had gotten no closer to fulfillment, but instead had been buried deep underneath the mountains of procrastination. One day, while Mia was seated in a park thinking deeply about her problem with procrastination, she noticed that there was an elderly woman seated nearby her who was famous in the neighborhood for her wisdom. "Why do you look so troubled, dear?" the old woman asked. "I feel like a failure," Mia admitted. "I'm losing momentum in art, and everyone else is pushing ahead. I want to be great, but then I continually delay." The old woman smiled kindly and told Mia a story. In a distant city famous for its lively art culture, there lived a talented artist who was famous for his exceptional talents. One day, he chose to make the piece that would etch his legend forever in history, but he was sure he had ample time to do this. "I'll do it tomorrow," he said day after day. Weeks progressed to months, and the artist found himself losing interest in many other things: socials with friends, fine dining experiences, and even other pursuits to be taken up. Each time he thought to get back to his art, something else caught his interest. Eventually, after the artist had waited so blindly for inspiration to strike, he found that he struggled to get anything done. The muse that had flowed so effortlessly was suddenly stuck and weighed him down. He realized that he had allowed irreplaceable time to slip through his fingers that he might use to complete his masterpiece. But by the time he got back to his artwork, his inspiration had been taken by time. When the sun set that day, the aged woman continued. The artist realized the bitter truth that he had lost not due to his lack of talent, but his failure to honor time. You cannot get it back if it is wasted. Mia listened intently to the story, her heart pounding with understanding. Here was a story that was much like her own. She felt a mix of shame and inspiration. She gained perspective with newfound understanding and realized that her tendency to procrastinate was stealing her dreams. The same lesson she gained about the need to stop waiting was something that the artist had realized too. "Thank you for sharing," Mia said with determination in her voice. "I understand that I need to cherish time and make something happen. I do not want to look back over my life in frustration and despair." Mia returned home after her enlightening talk with her idol-turned-teacher and began to stand before her easel after months. She no longer felt frustrated, but was instead energized. She began to paint with her brush after picking it up to convey her feelings and inspirations freely on the canvas. She set up a routine, making time for her cherished activity. She set apart every day to engage in her art without any interruptions. She gradually discovered her talents. She changed from a shy idealist to an ardent artist who enjoyed her work. She gained self-confidence with every artwork she finished and began sharing her artwork on various social platforms to receive compliments from people she had yet to meet. Mia noticed that as she moved ahead with her art, she realized that time had previously been her enemy, but was now her best buddy. She realized that to fully attain her dreams, she had to be dedicated and considerate about time. She realized that she had to maintain her balanced lifestyle with enough time with her friends and family. It added to her experiences and helped her gain more artistic inspiration. Mia even remembered her grandfather's words to her during one of her family visits to her hometown. "Only those who disregard the time will be able to understand the meaning and value of time." It was more significant to her than anything she had previously heard. At the end of the day, Mia's story teaches us about the importance of time and its potential to transform us. Take some time to think about your own life. What are the dreams that you have been waiting to realize? What are those passions that you have set aside to indulge in immediate pleasures? As we conclude here, allow me to pose the question to you again. Are you spending your time wisely? Perhaps you are letting the distractions float your days away. The truth is that time is the most precious resource that we can possess. Once those moments are lost to us, there is no going back. It is never too soon to take control of the time that we possess and look forward to our untried futures. Take hold of today. Choose to appreciate the importance of time, a time that must be cherished not only to increase productivity, but to realize your dreams. If this story has served to inspire you to greatness, then spread the message that time is something to be cherished.